man.
Yo. Ooh, motherfucking lonely.
Duke, we live. We live, Duke.
Go free, Randy.
We do our own. We got our own production team around here. Oh shit.
Damn, Joe, you good, G?
Yeah, we good. That's all right. I'll grab another one later. Ain't nothing.
Yeah,
But there ain't no carpet down. Old Heads, man. Episode 21, man. Yeah, buddy, it's a good day to be alive, man. Old Heads, man. Episode 21. Man, appreciate y'all out there rocking with us, man. We got the three amigos here today, man. We doing our thing, man. Had a blast last week, man, doing episode 20, man. Such a milestone, man. We coming to y'all, man, on a new day, man. Saturday nights, man. Man, how does it feel, man? That Saturday night, man, if we want to, in a Sunday morning, you know what I'm saying? I think I really, really like this, man. If we want to go get a drink or something like that, brothers want to kick back. You know what I'm saying? A brother like me personally, myself, I like to go get a pedicure. You know what I'm saying? Get the little wax on me feet. You know what I'm saying? Just kick back and relax, man. Saturday night, man. Like I keep telling people, why watch ESPN where you can watch us? I keep telling people that, man. Why look at Stephen A when you can look at me? Like, real talk, man. Like, come on, man. Old Heads, man. Episode 21. Excuse me. We got a great show today for y'all, man. We're going to be talking about Robert Horry or Ray Allen. Reggie Miller. Who would you rather take in that last shot? Ooh, he say Luke Longley. I don't know. I'm going with Randy Livingston or maybe Tree Rollins. I want Tree Rollins taking that last shot personally myself. But now,
Let me turn this joint on.
you said what now? Yeah, you good. But yeah, man, Old Heads, man, episode 21, man. We got a great show today for y'all, man. But I think one thing, man, you already know. If you don't know, man, who I am, I'm Old Millie, Omar, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you don't know, you need to learn, god damn it. Co-host of Old Heads, man. I'm going to go ahead and let these brothers introduce yourself. And, man, we got a fire show today for y'all, man. Old Heads, episode 21, man. Let's get it in, man. Y'all brothers introduce yourself. Who want to start out?
The boy Guillaume, Wilhelm the third. You know what I'm saying? No, that's actually my real name. Wilhelm is German and Guillaume is French. Don't ask me how I know this. But yeah, the boy Bills, man. Holla at me, man. Old Head.
This nigga Bill's got 30 names. You just say whatever in the street, find Bills.
Belito.
Yeah, man.
I swear to God, it's not just me call myself.
Y'all facts. I've heard every single name you've mentioned.
What's your real name?
My name is. That's a long story.
you said
Yeah, man, we ain't finna get to that, man.
No, I took German for 4 years, though. Expecting to go to different state. He Espanol.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was German and French. You be bullshit.
And Spanish.
Like,
That's
That's
crazy.
what's up, though.
On the language. Banda, Alanda, Landa, Y.
Okay. All right, man. This Hendo G, man. I know that nigga. That's all. That should
I
be
got
love.
around, man. You know what I'm saying? Jersey, Cleveland. No, I'm just playing. Middle Cross, man. Middle Cross.
Yeah, we out here doing it, man.
What's that? What's What's good, man? What's first on the slate, man? You introduce yourself even, man. You don't even know who you are.
Man, Hendo G, man.
Okay,
You know what
Hendo
catch
G,
me,
man.
man. Everybody know me, man.
Right, you know what I'm
And
saying?
if you don't know me, Chris Anderson on the book. I ain't scared to shut my gun, man. I'm out here, man.
That nigga say I'm out here, man. That nigga
Who
say,
ass really out here?
Yeah, the streets.
I'm out here, man. Nigga turned into Terrence Howard.
Let me find out it's not alter ego and shit. You know what I'm saying? After two patrols, he turns like, no, man. Somebody call DJ, man. Somebody call DJ, man. Come get me.
All my life.
Come on, skinny
Call
black, man.
DJ, man.
Somebody get skinny black, man.
I
Come listen to
beat
this tape.
my head, man.
Oh shit! But I think first thing we're gonna talk about is Victor Wembanyama, man, the walking 2K player, man, walking 2K.
Right.
The 7'4" kid out of France, 18 years old, with an 8-foot wingspan. I had one. I was reading something, and one guy said he's a cross between Kevin Durant and Rudy Gobert. He played 2 games previous week against the G League Ignite. In those 2 games, he had 73 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks. I had some. I'm not sure if he was an owner or a scout. Said that he's not a franchise-altering talent, but he's a league-altering talent. Some scouts say that he would have been ranked higher than LeBron if they both came out in the same year. 7'4", Victor Wembanyama. I remember telling my brother about this kid, I would say probably about 2 years ago. I've been following him just because I'm a fucking nut and that's all I do is watch basketball, porn, and CB4. Basketball, porn, and CB4. I watch a lot of that.
No rotation.
They wasn't ready.
Gonna be on that one.
I ain't see that
That's a
coming.
stun move.
Oh shit!
I did not see that coming.
I don't think nobody saw that coming. But yeah, man, Victor Wembanyama, man, the 7'4" kid out of France, man. How do y'all feel about him, man? Do you think he's a generational talent? I know me personally, watching him play, I was telling B.I. before we started filming, he reminds me, I've made a creative player, just messing around on 2K, and I made a 7'1" 2-guard by name of just Demir Parrish, just messing around, and I put him on the Kings. And I'm sitting here looking at him play, and I'm like, this guy, I'm sitting there, literally had to look at my hands, like, am I controlling this guy? Like, he looks and feels like a 2K player. And I think it's just more of a testament as to how much basketball has evolved. Because here's a kid that, I understand that, like, him being overseas and this and that, but these kids from overseas, I think the stigma used to be they were soft. They were skilled but soft. Now it's almost as if they're not only just skilled, but they also have that determination and that grit to be successful, where they're not soft anymore, along with that skill. Where I think basketball, as a fan, I'm just happy to see where it's going. Because I think you would have never seen this. Well, I shouldn't say that. You would have never seen it because people are saying he's this and that, but me being a fan of being, I wouldn't say a historian, not necessarily yet of basketball, but just loving the sport. He reminds me a lot of a young Ralph Sampson. I think he's possibly a little bit more fluid than Ralph Sampson. But if you look at Ralph Sampson a lot of times was 7'4", and a lot of times he'll be the first guy down the court. Like, he was an absolute deer, and he could shoot the ball. So I want to know how you guys feel about Wembanyama. I think as long as he doesn't get hurt, you're looking at a Hall of Fame type player.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him time to get his man body. You know what I'm saying? Because at the weight right now, and I even heard him speak on his condition. You know what I'm saying? Because he even commented on his conditioning itself. He was like, I need to, the condition to get up and down the floor for longer periods of time. So, like, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, like, he young, you know what I'm saying, he just a kid. You know what I'm saying? Once he get into his man body and he able to do the things he doing, then, you know what I'm saying, then we probably looking at something special if he can stay, you know what I'm saying, healthy. But, like, right now, man, say if he go to a team that somehow makes it to the playoff where they can exploit this man, you can just take him down you can hide him on the perimeter, I guess. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But like down in the post, he gonna get exploited. Somebody with a big backside, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll still be able to get like chased down, blocks and stuff like that. But one-on-one, D'ing somebody up and getting a block the way I think he could actually do, 5 years down the line, I don't think he's capable of doing that right now because he ain't sturdy enough.
That's valid. I like what you said about him getting his man body soon, because that's definitely going to be the issue with any views I have with him. My thing about 7-footers in general, they just don't last long. And with that being said, he would have to come into the game and make an instant impact, and then have to be well conditioned now to make an impact. And if the scouts said they look at it like a game changing type, and not a franchise, that should really say something. 7-footers can either be your best player or a huge liability. And if he's having conditioning problems, that can be worked on by far, but you can't beat the height, and he'll always be somewhat the same speed. He's not really going to get any faster. He's going to be able to do it for longer periods, but he's not going to get any faster. With that being said, I don't know if this position will work out. It's a nightmare down there, but so was supposed to be Greg Oden. You know, and he went out with, I know it's a bad example, but that's another 7-footer that went out the league quick because he had foot issues. Good player, don't get it wrong, he had massive amount of talent, could have been whatever, but they took that risk on getting a big man, just didn't last long. Same thing with Yao Ming. Didn't really stay in the league as long as he could because he had a lot of talent with that height, but once again...
You don't think like with technology, like the way the game is evolved and medicine is involved, you don't think that'll maybe help? Steph Curry had a whole bunch of ankle injuries.
But Steph Curry's 130 pounds. And he's under 60. He's barely 6 foot.
Dirk Nowitzki is a 7-footer.
Yep.
He went over to Germany.
Yep.
Even Kobe followed him on that move.
You
know what I'm saying? For surgery.
But
so it's just, you know, he's coming up in a new age. I just don't want to discount medicine.
No, I don't. But I just see out of what I've seen from a lot of 7-footers, they just don't last long. Remember the Yi experiment? Dude that went over and won 2. He was a 2-time champion from China. Came over here with the Lakers. I ain't seen him since.
Never heard of him.
Correct. Y-E. Thank you. Like I said, one of the best experiments to ever come was Yao Ming. He was a 7-footer, but even his career was like, it was kind of short. You know, anything past the Rockets, you don't remember. So with that being said, I hope, but he does have to get that grown body, because otherwise, if you don't, you're just going to end up like another Chet Holmgren. You're going to come in here with all the potential and all the talent, but you're going to take a weak injury, and that's going to sideline you. And now you got to put that pressure on your body, because once you fuck up one leg, the other one follows next. And then you got them early injuries that you got to battle as well with trying to compete with people in the league. So,
and we want to say for the record, man, that, you know what I'm saying, we wish everybody well. You know what I'm saying? We don't wish injury on anybody, and like these calculations sometimes get it, you know what I'm saying, we get kind of deep on them. And I don't want nobody to think that, you know what I'm saying, our calculations or whatever are offensive in any way. You know what I'm saying? It's just a deeper look into shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, if you got a little body and you try to bang in the middle, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
But it's like taboo to talk about injury on sports show.
But it is.
You know what I'm saying? We always say,
I don't try to make it a staple, but that's my biggest fear with him is his success. Like, I feel like he could be successful, but without that grown man body, you're never, you know what I'm saying, you might fall into that injury hole, which a lot of great players end up falling
because it's hard being 7 feet tall and not having a foot injury.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's carrying more weight. He's skinny, so they got that going for him.
And they big as fuck.
But when you that damn tall, your lower extremities are in danger. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're that tall, your feet are 15 inches, 17 inches. It's kind of hard not to step on 2 foot of feet. Yo, you got 2 feet of feet. Your feet this big. I'm roller skating with you. It's kind of hard not to step on, is what I'm saying. You post up, nigga, you tripping me like shit. So that's why I always put that up there, because that seems to be one of their common injuries, that really sideline a lot of good players.
Let's hope that medicine and good exercise, and let's get those bands out that Steph used before the game, and all that type of stuff. Hey,
all that Patrick Ewans.
You know what I'm saying? Them Patrick Ewans.
All that good stuff. I think I really like Wembanyama personally. I think he's I think barring injury, I think he's going to be a perennial all-star. I will push back on as far as the injury thing, because I think, yes, you made great examples, but I think there's a few examples that you didn't mention. That I think kind of more modern. A lot of people forget about Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is 6'10". He had a kneecap injury. He was out the first year. Another good example would be Joel Embiid. His first 2-3 years, he battled with injury as well as weight injuries. And,
he was drafted injured.
Right, exactly. And he ended up turning around. So I think you have a lot of big men that have, turned around. Even I think another example. Look at probably one of the biggest big men ever, Shaquille O'Neal. Before he went to Phoenix, he actually ended up going to Phoenix to kind of turn his career around. And I mean, he was never the Shaq that he was in LA. But you know what I'm saying? You definitely have examples of big men who have started out injury prone and have turned their careers around.
Well, I mean, not saying so much that it wouldn't be injury prone, but Shaq was past his prime when he was out there doing that. We all agree to that, you know. So he was just hanging around for a check and wasn't really doing nothing. That was minute. I'm talking about like being highly active. I mean, Blake Griffin, that was a good example, but let's not act like he hasn't had the injury bug his whole career though. He's still out with injuries. He's just came back healthy playing for the Nets last year. That's the healthiest I've seen him in a long time.
Not during his prime though.
No, but
that's what I'm talking about. Now he's older.
Right, but he's always, but see, all I'm saying is sometimes when you get some of those injury bugs early, you just keep getting injuries. And when that happened to Blake Griffin, you know, he kept getting injuries, and he's been plagued with injuries. That shit's cost him a career, you know. A lot of people overlooked on him, you know what I'm saying, because of his injury bug. But there was another name you had mentioned in there too.
Joel Embiid, because I was thinking Joel had last season as a very healthy season, but normally he ain't out of the woods yet. Because normally this dude is still not playing full. You think it was 3? I didn't think he played 3 full seasons. But he ran out of gas in the playoff like in one or 2 of those years.
But the long story short with that though, that was the point I was trying to make. But not a team. Do you remember how much slack that 76er team was taking because they did that? And they were told to trust the process. A lot of teams don't have that type of patience to go through that process. That was a very great example, but that was a process. A lot of teams right now want a player that's utilized now. The 76ers knew they just had something special with Embiid, so they was willing to wait. And that was a great move by them because that was a chess move right there. You know, they waited patiently till they were able to move the rook and then pound out for him. But a lot of teams aren't going to take that risk, is what I'm saying. So if you happen to get injured right now, you could get winked on. My thing is hit the weight room now, make sure that you're weight room ready, and then get that NBA speed. Because if you can maintain that, he will be an amazing athlete. He is nothing to stop him. Nothing will be able to stop him.
And if I'm any team, I'm even more patient than Joel Embiid. But that kid, he might change the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With how big this dude is playing guard. I don't know how you guard that except find bigger players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have to double sometimes triple team. I don't know, man. Like I said, another thing I understand people say, you know, you hit the weight room and stuff. I think a lot of times that just comes with simply just maturity. I remember being a kid and watching Kevin Garnett, and he was doing inside stuff, and he had all this food on the table. He said, man, the Timberwolves pay for all this stuff, man. They want me to gain weight. And he still never gained weight. I don't think gaining weight is the key. The thing for Wembanyama is being stronger. You don't necessarily have to be big, but I look at Tyson Chandler. I look at Kevin Garnett. I look at Kevin Durant. I look at Rudy Gay. I look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't have to be the biggest guy in the room, but he's not. Giannis is ripped, but he's not big. When I say big, when I think of big, I think of Karl Malone. I think of David Robinson. I think those guys are big. Shaquille O'Neal is big.
He's a massive guy.
Stanley Roberts is massive. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Duckworth is big.
Giannis is pretty big. That nigga's shoulders is like this.
Giannis, okay, but even if you want to say Giannis, he's no bigger than David Robinson.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. David Robinson was thin for a center. So that's what I'm saying. When I say big, even Clarence Weatherspoon, if you kids don't know who that is, Clarence Weatherspoon was big. You know what I'm saying? So I think the thing with Wembanyama, he doesn't have to get big. His thing is just getting stronger. That'll come. Like I say, barring injury, you're looking at a perennial all-star for the next probably 10 years. But happy for that kid, man. And I think a lot of USA players, man, I was just thinking about it, man. Y'all want to be LeBron haters and this and that, but man, LeBron's a last of a dying breed. Before we look up the best players, but the next 5 best players in the league might all be foreign. When you think about it,
Yep.
If LeBron is gone, KD is gone, Kyrie is gone, who's going to be up there that's going to be a foreign, that's not a foreign player? You still got Giannis.
Jordan Poole.
That was it.
He up next, baby.
Jordan Poole got next. Jordan Poole.
He's gonna be a bull. 2023.
Jordan Poole.
I said it first.
Jordan Poole and Jake Paul for the fight next week. And who you think will hit the campus? Moving on. This Nick. That's why we down one light skin nigga.
Damn.
Tua, man. I hope Tua comes back, man. Out of concussion protocol, man. That sucked for him. Shame on the Dolphins. Allegedly, man, if they knew that this kid had a concussion and they sent him back early. I hope that didn't happen, but I hope he. I hope, man. I wish him all the best. Seems like a great kid, man. Been watching him since Alabama. I know a lot of people talk about not having a big arm and this and that, but I really like Tua, man. This seems like a great person. Seems to get the job done. Super efficient. Wish him well. Yeah, man. Tua, anything y'all want to say about that? I want to move
on. I think I was reading something. They were saying that when you go through the 7-step protocol, I believe it is 7-step protocol for concussion protocol. Somebody got fired off that staff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you know the protocol wasn't up to par. So what I expect to see is probably gonna be some heavy fines coming to the Dolphins in probably the next couple of weeks, because when they really get to when the NFL really get to putting that pressure on the ass when they put that man's life at risk, the answer is going to be yes. And they kind of put him in a bad situation. And then like I said last week, the thing about concussions is once you get one, you are more susceptible to get another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. Now, I wish the best for this man. The whole time I didn't think he was going to be the man, but he kind of proved me wrong this year. He's doing a lot of great things with some great weapons. But this is the type of play style, type of stuff that I said was inevitable. Sometimes he just doesn't protect himself. A lot of guys sit here and try to make that daring throw while they're getting hit instead of sliding, throwing out of bounds, and making a sound decision and get your ass knocked the fuck out. And that's kind of what happened. And he got ringed up, and it was pretty bad. And I feel bad, and I hope I've seen this play happen a lot, these type of plays. But you got to be able to protect yourself, man. You got to learn how to protect yourself better, man. That's the same thing I wish for every running quarterback in the league, man. Just learn how to protect yourself better. Because we watch these type of injuries happen to Trey Lance, and he's probably going to be out for a year or two, with that injury. To be honest, I hope just a year. But normally it takes 2 years to come back fully from that. I hope just a year. Because we seen, what was the Redskins quarterback?
RG3.
No, the white dude. Who's the white dude that tore his leg up? No, there was one recent tore his leg up.
Dude came up in Kansas City.
Yes.
Yeah, number 1 pick over Aaron Rodgers that year.
Oh, my God.
He had Andy too over there. What was his name? Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. When he tore his leg up. Thing about Alex Smith, he tore his leg up, then he caught an infection in that bad, and they had to go back in there again. But he was able to come back and be successful for a little bit. He came back, threw a couple games, was looking good. Wasn't as mobile, of course. If you seen how his leg looked, you like, man, I don't know how you back. But he came back and he fought through that injury. So it's definitely possible, but man, it was rough. It was rough watching these quarterbacks going out here and just getting toe up. I wish the best for Tua though, man, but I think the Dolphins did kind of play him, man. They did kind of play him, and I hope the people who are responsible get what's coming to them at large and large fine. That's it. But dude basically got fired, so I know the protocol wasn't to code.
Another AFC news, the Denver Broncos suck. No,
boys in trouble.
Hey, trouble.
Bernie, what they say? Trouble.
Hey, we said that at the beginning of the year we had our picks who was gonna win each division, and I was like, That's fucked up for Russ, man, because he's got traded over here. He's about to finish last in his own division.
You called it, man. You called it, man.
Hey,
Man.
man, that was easy to call. He in a tough division. You know what I'm saying?
Tough division. He on a tough team. Them niggas ain't doing shit. Them niggas getting booed at home.
I thought they was trash before. Yeah, they didn't know that he was gonna be the savior. I'm like, it'd be different if like you getting a Peyton Manning or something. When John Elway got Peyton Manning there, that's way different. You have a very accurate passer, a guy who's his own mind, who basically run the offense his own way. He's his offensive coordinator. This is different. When you get Russell Wilson here, he's not a very accurate passer. There's no passing attack that he's known for. This dude came from an offense where they ran the ball and had a good defense, and now all of a sudden he's supposed to be the savior at quarterback, passing the football. I mean, ain't no quarterback or nothing like that there, but I don't do the pigskin a few thousand times before. I know how to throw a football. Russell Wilson is not the most accurate passer of the football. That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for them to get him, I was just thinking the whole time, like, okay, that's better for your team if you got a team around him that can play a certain style of ball, basically similar to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Legion of Boom. If they can do anything similar to that, where he don't have to throw the ball that much, then okay. But all of that hype where he the man like that, Seattle did that to everybody when they paid him that money instead of giving Marshawn Lynch money and Marshawn Lynch the ball on 4th and 1 right there for that Super Bowl, because ever since then, they tried to make it Russ' team. And it just didn't turn out to be that way. I mean, they gave him the team, but they started losing. They've been losing ever since they gave him the keys. You know what I'm saying? And then Denver said, hey man, you didn't like that Yugo. You got that Ferrari, we got a Yugo, but come drive this whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, it don't matter. You give him the keys and tell him to go. What they say, let Russ cook? Nah.
He ain't cooking now.
Nah.
He making foot stew because them niggas are stinking the fuck up.
They stink. They stink.
Think about that, man. I think a lot of people really underestimate how decent Pete Carroll is as a coach. And the reason I say that is like, granted, I ain't gonna take him that he has all this he old as shit. Let's mind you, Pete Carroll probably one of the oldest motherfucking coaches in the league, dog, damn near senior citizen. He probably like 73.
I still like him.
But he's a great coach. He knows how to put a team together and he knows how to hold and get the best football. But the only reason I say that is this nigga Pete Carroll has got the best version of Geno Smith I have seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
And Geno's been around the league. Dog's been just a traveling man. But this is the best I've seen Geno in a long time. He looks comfortable. But this is the most frustrated I've seen Russ ever. Yeah. Ever. Yeah. Even when he was having those troubles over there with Pete Carroll, even when they was talking about them contracts and who they was going to have for receivers and linemen and all that bullshit, he came back and he was running for his life every motherfucking game. I still haven't seen this much frustration on him. And mind you, every Seahawk game, Russell Wilson was running for his motherfucking life. Yeah, every game. Yeah, every game. Every game. But they bailed him out because you have two great receivers with Tyler Lockett and then huge-ass DK Metcalf, man among men, as receivers. And these guys are dogs. And they bailed him out because they was able to catch and make dynamic catches. Yeah. But now that you don't have that bailout no more. And now they're trying to make you run a system and you still don't really got a line that can hold for you or really fit you. You're struggling. Yeah. But meanwhile, Geno know how to work this because Geno done worked with us. Hey, I done played with the Jets. I mean, we ain't had shit, nigga. I was out here throwing to Joe Schmo. He was nobody. So when you give me somebody decent, you give me a DK Metcalf? Oh shit, I'm gonna make this work. That's the difference, man. Geno knows how to utilize his tools. Where Russ, he know how to utilize his mobility. You know? I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. He can throw, but like you said, his accuracy suffers a lot. A lot. Because sometimes when you're comfortable running like that, it's hard to sit and just gun because you used to move your feet.
I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking that was me that might have picked Denver to win that division, but I don't know. We'll see. I know Al's right. When we're talking about inaccurate, we're gonna do our picks for the week, man. Picks from last week and our 3 picks from last week, and then our 3 picks from this week. Y'all let us know, man, what y'all picks are too, man. But last week I'll start out talk about inaccurate. Jameis Winston, man, that's my dude, man. I had the Saints winning 28-21. They actually ended up losing. Excuse me, I actually had the Saints winning 28-21. They actually ended up losing 25-21 to the Vikings. I had the Eagles winning 19-14. They lost to the Eagles. Actually had the Jags end up winning 19-14 against the Eagles. They ended up losing. Jags at 21, Eagles 28. And then I had the Broncos, Raiders. I had Broncos 23-27, losing to the Raiders. Raiders actually called that right. Calling that right. Broncos 23, Raiders 27. Picks for this week, week 5. I have the Steelers beating the Buffalo Bills, my upset pick of the week. 24. I know you don't look at me like that, B.I. 24-21. And this is why. Mike Tomlin in the month of October is 30-13, which is actually his second best month since he's been coaching. His best months are actually in January. But yeah, I really think the Steelers team, I think everyone's talking about how good the Bills are, Super Bowl this, Super Bowl that. I understand they're at home, but I feel like Mike Tomlin, being Mike Tomlin, gets that defense up. I really like Minka Fitzpatrick. So I think they'll create some turnovers there. And I really like that quarterback, Kenny Pickett. I think he'll have a breakout game against that Bills defense. For whatever reason, I just really like him. I got the Steelers. I think Tomlin outcoaches that Bills team.
Very interesting.
It is. I know. Then we got the Bucks, Falcons. Tom Brady, man. I understand they're down in Atlanta, but I think that Bucks team, they're going to be scary. They're starting to get healthy now. They are going to be scary. That defensive front, and yeah, I think they start to get a roll against that Falcon team that right now is really a rebuilding stage. And then I have the Cowboys, Rams. I have the Cowboys winning 26-16. Right now, the Cowboys have the 14th best offensive line. The Rams have the 13th best. But that Rams seem to be decimated with injuries. Ever since it seemed like they lost Andrew Whitworth, they've used 9 offensive linemen in the past 4 games. And the fact that also I think I can see Stephon Diggs returning one. He has 14 picks in his first 32 NFL. He was 16 picks in his first 32 NFL games. I just feel like DeMarcus Lawrence, Parsons, I think that they're going to feast on that offensive line of the Rams that's been injured. So, yeah, that's my final pick for the week, 26-16 Cowboys over the Rams. Who you guys picking?
When was the last time somebody picked the Dallas Cowboys to win the football?
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
That shit is hilarious.
Wow. Fire, yo.
I was 3-0 last week. Green Bay beat the
1-3.
Patriots or somebody.
Yeah.
That was an easy one. The Chargers played somebody. I can't remember. There was some scrubs. That was an easy one. I was just picking an easy one.
Yeah.
And the hardest game I picked was Buffalo against the Ravens. I picked Buffalo to win. So I was actually 3-0 last week.
Okay.
This week
I was 1-3 first time.
I'm I really in my mind only count week 4 to the end. Because you don't know what you're looking at them first few weeks.
Right.
It's just in my mind, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I make picks like every year all the time anyway. But them picks ain't never serious to like week 4. But Bills over the Steelers is actually a game I picked because I don't think the Steelers, I just don't know about them. I feel like
I understand
it's
that.
got to be Mike Tomlin's worst year easily. I got the Titans over the Commanders because that seems like an easy game to call. And the 49ers over Carolina. I'm just trying to go with the easy games, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy picks. So it's funny that you picked the Steelers. I'm thinking the Bills should,
And I think the opposite. I think that Bills team, I think everybody's like everyone's pretty much crowning them as Super Bowl champions, and it's like, hey, you haven't won anything yet.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And we've seen what Mike Tomlin did. Like, I looked at that game.
I looked at that game and I thought to myself, like, man, like, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record. Let me see, like, what his record is in October. It's his second best record. He's 30-13. And it just seems like I could say I don't think nowhere near Pittsburgh has a better roster than Buffalo. But I just think that's one of them games to where Mike Tomlin is going to outcoach Buffalo, in my opinion. I understand T.J. Watt's not there, but that's what I think.
I can see that. Mike Tomlin's a hell of a fucking coach.
Man,
Hey,
come to the Bears.
He another coach out play for a run through a brick wall.
I feel like the Steelers always get dope ass head coaches that are just tough as fuck.
They had to.
Facts.
But shit, there was more when they had the steel curtain and shit, shit like that though. I mean, they always seemed like they had just decent defensive
He
coaches.
had 3 coaches.
Right.
Max, yeah,
I'm
Knox,
just saying.
dude.
I probably tricked off all my picks. My picks were terrible last week, man. I had motherfucking
Stop
Lions
playing with your heart.
No, I had the Lions beating the Seahawks. Seahawks came and just smacked their ass. And I had the Bears beating Giants and the motherfucking Venus Jones motherfucking punt.
Man,
And we lost horribly, so I don't even want to talk about that shit. I'm still disappointed about that shit. That was his first game too.
Out of Tennessee.
We wasn't wrong about that though. What we said was we was talking about the pressure was gonna be on the quarterback, and we did so much that we knocked the first one out. That's exactly what happened. I thought the first one got hurt. I didn't see the whole game.
I was just hot. I don't even know. It was a mad blur. And then I had the only one I got was the Cowboys beating the Commanders, and that was just a gimme. So I hate to say that, man. I ain't gonna say it, but I just don't think the Commanders is there this year.
They'll never be there with that name until they change their name. I'm not sure if they ever gonna win a football game.
So
Can't beat nobody in no basketball with the name. That sounds stupid.
Shots fired.
Cobra Commander. No, I'm playing. So I got in the Lions Pacers. I got the Lions winning that.
Okay.
I think the Lions.
I do too.
I think the Lions are going to come through. I think it's really going to be a young Lion team versus Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. And the Lions still they scored a whole bunch of points last week.
The only way the Lions lose this game is if they get out coached. That's very possible. But I will tell you this: Jared Goff is decent if you can keep him up, and I don't think the Patriots pass rush is really that heavy. They like to play a little bit more contained. So I think he can. I think he'll be able to get them passes off a little better, and I think he makes Swift utilize a lot of his game time. I think Swift has a great game, and that's why I got that
pick. I really like that pick. I pick that shit too.
We got Bears Vikings. The Bears actually have a pretty decent pass defense. They actually break
that game. You about to pick that game?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that game. The Bears actually have a pretty decent pass defense, but I really don't think with Jalen Johnson gone, I really don't think they have, because I still don't think he's healthy with that hamstring yet. I just don't really think they have an answer for Justin Jefferson. So I got the Vikings winning it, and I know that's going to be a little backwards for me, but I really think we'll have an answer for Cook. But Justin Jefferson is the way he carved us up one day, I had to put him on notice. And then I've watched him carve up defenses that are better than ours, like it ain't shit. And I just know we're going to struggle with him. I think it's going to be a hard fought, but I think the Vikings might get us this game. We got to learn a little bit better. Our head coach has to understand what we're working with. And then I'm going with the Niners. Niners with the Panthers. I think the Niners, Jimmy's starting to get his groove. I think the Panthers are still trying to find an identity right now. I think they have flashes of good moments, but I just don't think they're a good enough team, especially the way the Niners kind of swarm the ball. They're kind of hungry right now. It's getting to be about mid-season, and this is when they start turning up well. They're another team that kind of turn up late, and they always play consistently well, getting deeper into the season. So
I like that.
I'm a low-key Niners fan.
Tough too.
I guess. I just really respect that team. I really, really respect the 49ers. I hate to say it. I grew up trying to stand these motherfuckers. Everybody was always saying Joe Montana this. I fucked with John Elway. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can never really appreciate dude fully pause like that, because pause, like, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But the way these motherfuckers run that ball, I love their offense, man. I love the way they run that ball. And they defense tough as hell, tough as nails every year. Yep. Jimmy G is underrated. At this point in his career, this motherfucker's underrated. I love that team, man. I just like the way they play football.
They're tough, bro. And they talented, bro. They super, super, super talented, man. Yeah, a lot of people not looking at them, man. They started out slow, but that team, I would not be surprised if they are in the Super Bowl this year. I would not be surprised, man. But here we go, man. Prime versus Prime, man. It's one of my favorite segments, man. Maybe my favorite segment, man. Last week, we had a little tiff, man. If y'all followed us last week, we had to start talking about Robert Horry, man, and talk about how much of a clutch shooter he is, man. But, yeah, man, we had to talk about, so I wanted to bring up some, man, and I wanted to ask everybody, man, if you had the choice, take the last shot, regular season, postseason, finals, doesn't matter. Rucker League, it doesn't matter, right? Who would you rather take the last shot? Y'all let us know out there, would y'all rather take the last shot too? Would it be Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, or Robert Horry? Now, for me, I guess I was a little harsh with Robert Horry, but I always felt like he was more of a role player. For me, out of those three, I went with Ray Allen. I went with Ray Allen. And this is my reason why. I let everybody know I do it. Everybody think like, what are you talking about? Robert Horry, Reggie Miller, and the guard grew up them. Okay, this is why I went with Ray Allen. Ray Allen is number 3 in field goals made and game time winning shots, right? With 15 at 38%. Ray Allen once said that when he misses a shot, he's surprised. And that's just a testament as to how much he puts into his craft.
He a machine.
He in my opinion, he has the prettiest jump shot I've ever seen. His jump shot is the equivalent to Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing.
Baseball swing, wow.
Yeah, I've been watching Ray Allen ever since him and AI used to go into Big East in college, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a big Ray Allen fan. But also, like I said, how much he put into his game. And then I also chose him because when I looked at all 3 of the players, I think, for one, Ray Allen did it on a multitude of teams, and he not only did it, but he did it in multiple roles. Like, if you look, he hit a game winner in Seattle against Phoenix as a superstar. And then when you go to Boston as a part of a unit, as part of a big 3, he hit a big shot. And then as a role player later in his career, a lot of people, a lot of haters out there, a lot of LeBron haters say that Ray Allen saved LeBron's career because he hit that shot.
Let us not forget the Milwaukee Bucks, though, man.
Let's
not pretend like he wasn't an absolute killer.
My goodness. My goodness. Him and Big Dog.
Yeah.
Him and Big Dog, Sampsons, you know, so that's another underrated big 3 out there. But yeah, man. So I had to go with him. He's number 3 all time in field goals made in game winning shots. And then, like I say, he did it in a multitude of ways. He did it on multiple teams, and he did it in multiple roles. Whereas Robert Horry coming into the league. Excuse me, I hope y'all guys can. That's my youngest son playing some type of video game. But Robert Horry has pretty much always been a role player. Coming into the league, a lot of people looked at him as a poor man Scottie Pippen, but he never, I would say, he never became that. He became more of a glue guy, a role player. He hit a lot of big shots.
So we only ask him to take one shot, though, right?
Right.
Not like be the man on the team and do all the shit.
Right, exactly.
You got one last shot to take.
Exactly. And with one last shot, and that's a fair assessment. But like I say, that's why because in my opinion, it's different when we're asking you to come off the bench and make one shot, and when you've played 37, 40 minutes and your body's dead, your legs are dead, and we need you to take that last shot. It's a different type of pressure. So then also when you say well pressure, well Reggie Miller was the man. Absolutely Reggie Miller was the man, but Reggie Miller also needed a system, and he needed 3, 4, 5, 6 screens to get his shot off. Ray Allen didn't need it. Ray Allen, he was a good enough ball handler, actually a very good ball handler, to where he created his own shot, and he was also got good lift. So he could shoot over guys, even though he was only about 6'5", maybe 6'4.5", 6'5". So, but yeah, man, I want Ray Allen, man. That's why I won't take that last shot between those three. I want to know how y'all feel about that.
Who y'all would take?
I'm gonna go. What should I do?
I don't even know whether that's a question right now.
Oh,
Listen, if we talking about volume shots, hell yeah, I'm gonna go with Ray Allen. If we talking about the last shot, and there's some points that you made that are valid, and I like it. For instance, Ray Allen is a three-point shooter. This is what this man does. This is exactly his only thing he do. He is the most well-known three-point shooter right under Curry, right? He's up there. But do you know how hard it is to come off the bench, not play, not shoot nothing since halftime, and then when you come in and you in the playoffs and you get this last second shot and you happen to make it every goddamn time? This man's name was Big Shot Rob, man. This man only had to take one shot and he made it, and it was the game shot. He didn't take volume shots. He wasn't out here winning three-point contests. The man came in, and when you needed it in 3 seconds on the clock, and nobody was back there, that man picked that ball up, that motherfucker was going in. You know how many playoff games that man that won doing that goofy ass shit? He just know where to be. And he wasn't a three-point shooter. That's a valid point. So how don't you want this man coming? All he did, man, listen, he literally made a career of being in the right spot at the right time and being able to shoot not just a 2, a 3. And he wasn't a prolific, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a big three-point shooter. But every time you dialed that nigga up and the game was on the line, what'd he make? The big shot. I'm not have this conversation no more. Robert Horry, nigga. I want him. Yeah, Ray Allen can shoot all them volume shots. He shoot 100 shots a motherfucking game. That's what he do. Rob Horry come up, put 6 shots, go 4 for 6, and that last shot, bam. We walking off. Robert, hang it up.
It's not. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Are you done? Can I opine that? Are you done? Okay, so we're talking about efficiency, right? So I covered that as well.
He don't shoot a lot. He ain't got to, man.
So now out of the top 10 players, right, that take the game-winning shot, guess who's number 2 on being efficient? Ray Allen, 38%. Number 1 is Carmelo Anthony, 48%. So yeah, we can talk about volume, but yeah.
All the niggas don't got a ring.
That's fact. But the one that's number 2 does.
But the one we talk about got how many?
1.
No, how many Robert Horry got?
Robert Horry has 7.
I don't know what we talking about. How you find all these different teams, find a place to be, and make all these big shots? The nigga's name was Big Shot Rob.
Let me ask you
Big
this.
Shot Rob. Not Big Shot Ray Allen. Plenty shot Ray Allen. Yeah. He shot a lot.
Right, but he also made a lot.
That was his job. This man, every
right, but there's a different amount of pressure when you're the guy. When
Right.
you're the guy and you miss the shot, there's a different amount of pressure. If Robert Horry misses the shot, guess what?
They lose the playoffs.
They're going to say Robert
lose the
Horry for the
series.
3. He misses. They're going right to talk to Kobe and Shaq. What happened? That's not going to happen with Ray Allen. It's a different. I understand what you're saying. Yes, it is incredibly hard to come off the bench and you hit that shot every time. Yes, that is incredibly hard. That is a skill. That takes a skill. That is
Fair points.
That's a clutch skill. So at the end of the game, I want a person with a clutch skill. Ray Allen got it, but Ray Horry got it too. I'm not saying Ray Allen don't got it, but
exactly, and that's why I broke it down, because I'm saying it's not just simply just having that skill. it's also when I'm saying who I want taking that last shot, I also have to take into account that Ray Allen has done it in a multitude of ways. He's done that as a role player.
Well, in his theory, he thinking maybe I don't want Ray to take it. Maybe Ray tired.
Right.
And that's fine, and that's why my rebuttal is you can say that, but he still is shooting it at a 38% clip.
Yeah,
I got that.
You can say that, but he's still shooting at a 38% clip. You know what I'm saying?
When we was in the playoffs, when we was in the Bulls was in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They knew they was going to double team Mike. So what Mike go tell John Paxson? What he go tell Steve Kerr?
Right.
He open. And now
Right.
you can make a living of making that. Now if we go look at John Paxson's numbers and Steve Kerr's numbers, I guarantee we're going to see a lot of discrepancies in their three-point, but when they hit that line, and Mike told them it went in, and Robert Horry made a career off that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He didn't always have to
big
shoot
shot.
the volume ball, but when I put it in the game moment, when it was game time, Robert was
I
clutch.
gotta
That's
respect
all
you
I'm
for
saying.
that.
That's
We
why
talking
I give him
about
that. That's why I
taking a
give him
big
that.
shot, and this
That's-
guy's name is Big Shot.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that at all. But what I'm saying is when we say want to take that last shot, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the fact that can he do it I'm looking at he's done it as the man. He's done it as the man. He's done it as being a part of being a group, and he's also done it as being a role player. So with me, what I'm thinking is in any situation, I can put Ray Allen in that situation, and I know that he can flourish. With Robert Horry, if there's no Kobe Bryant, if there's no Shaquille O'Neal, if there's no Tim Duncan, he's never put in those situations. I know for a fact with Ray Allen, it can just be him, Vincent Askew, and some other players, Jim McIlvain, with that Seattle team, and he can still put himself in that situation to take that last shot. That's all I'm saying. Now, as far as Reggie Miller go, that's a different conversation. But like as far as like Robert Horry, yes, he's great. I understand what you're saying as far as coming off the bench. But when I'm looking at the totality of it, when I need a guy in any situation, any time in his career who I want taking that last shot, Ray Allen has proven to me that yes, I can do it as a star, I can do it as part of a group, and yes, I can do it as a role player. And yes, when you look at the stats, nigga, I'm even more efficient. So yeah, give me Ray Allen.
I'm taking Reggie Miller.
Mike drop.
Just to debate this whole thing. I have three different opinions. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give a shout out for Reg. He was the dude I chose any motherfucking way. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going straight off the eye test. When I see this motherfucker holding up the choke sign to Spike Lee in New York, when he go off like that at the end of the game, when I see this motherfucker come off one screen, high five, come off one screen and push the shit out Michael Jordan and Mick and get this up over 4-3 to win that game. Hey, that's good enough for me. Hey, sometimes you gotta create an open look, and that's what he did. He pushed the shit out Michael Jordan. He got that 3 off. He made the shit out that bitch, nigga. That shit was in Chicago. He'll come to your crib. I seen this motherfucker just staring motherfuckers down and shit with his arms like this.
I forgot about that shit.
That boy came up on the Chuck Person. I don't know if y'all remember who the fuck Chuck Person is. That boy came up on the Chuck motherfucking Person. The Rifleman. The Rifleman. That motherfucker's the reason why I started watching playoff basketball. It wasn't even Michael Jordan. It was the Rifleman. The way he was fucking Larry Bird the fuck up. It was a Sunday afternoon. I tell the story all the time. He was fucking Larry Bird them up, lighting them up. But yeah, man, I'm going Reggie Miller all day long, man, because not only have I seen him do that in those moments, but I also know that he got another element to his game that might take your guy about his game. That boy was Dennis Rodman-esque. That nigga love to talk shit to you and just play mind games with you and all types of shit. And I know we just talking about one shot, so we ain't talking about, a shooting contest with nobody else, nothing like that. But like, you know what I'm saying, same point in time, I just like that part about his game. You know what I'm saying? Like within a real game format, he might actually get somebody's head outside of just thinking basketball. You know what I'm saying? So that's my man. Plus he like 6'7", so he got a clean look over motherfuckers. And he was actually lighting it the fuck up for all them screens and shit like that. Like
he was getting this little scrawny
scoring.
ass bully.
Yeah.
He was bullying that nigga, man.
Hey, all I know is basically he seemed like he was just a spot-up shooter when you think about his skill set. But if you go back and look up his points, spot-up shooters don't average that amount of points a game. So this motherfucker was like a spot-up shooter, but better.
Reggie Miller ain't no but Danny Green with no hair. Yeah, 3 and D.
No.
And he played lefty. And I like Reggie, man, but I don't think his type of play style would transverse into today's game. You know how you look at certain players?
A 3-point shooter?
No.
A shooter that you get more shots.
How? Because I tell you why.
He's better than Danny Green, and Danny Green got a spot.
No, but he's not better than Clay, and Clay runs that position way better, and they're the same position. And Clay's outshot him, and Wade did in way less time. So what I'm saying is the type it's the type. I feel like his jumper's slow now.
I feel like if you throw Reggie Miller on that team right along that side of Steph Curry, they win just as many rings.
No.
That's what I think.
No.
That's what I think. I think Clay is overrated.
Who?
Clay is overrated.
That might be next week,
In the history of basketball,
That
Clay
might be next
Thompson is
week.
actually overrated. And he keep getting mad
Not more than
if they
Reggie.
don't pick him
Do
for
they
first
win?
team, or he get mad when they don't pick him for that. You just have to keep getting mad, bro, because you actually aren't as good as he was mad when he wasn't top 75. He was mad when he didn't get picked first team because that fucked with his money. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the money part, but like same point in time though. I mean, he's a great two-way player and one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen. But his ball handling or lack thereof limits him on the offensive end to the point where he is almost like a Reggie Miller. Because it's like a 1-2 dribble pull-up shot.
Right, but
That's the
It's
game
not.
now.
If Reggie Miller,
If you make it,
no.
Reggie Miller can do that. And Reggie Miller can catch those passes and lay the ball in too with the way Golden State play basketball. I think Reggie Miller is a prolific scorer as well. If you throw him on that team,
he set records.
They win at least a few
on
rings.
catch and shoot. Like Clay is amazing. He's one of the best shooters in the league. Seriously, he really is. And the reason I put him a little bit ahead of Reggie is I love Reggie game, but Reggie was too fragile sometimes. I really watched Reggie. He would really kind of get bullied sometimes. He had that bony ass frame and he would get bullied. I've never really seen Clay get bullied. I seen him miss some shots.
Reggie is better than Clay. I think they're comparable, and I think if you throw Reggie on that team, when Clay off, I think they still win at least a couple rings.
I think if
That's
you put
what I
Klay Thompson on that Pacer team with Rick Smith, they win, motherfucker. I don't think they get by the Bulls, but I think they go just as far. I think they go just as
His
far.
lack of dribbling, he ain't gonna be able to change.
He don't need to dribble when you catch and shoot. That's the
Hey,
thing.
everybody else got to get you open now. He only open because he's playing with Steph and the way they move the ball. Draymond Green is running the ball straight down your throat the second you get a rebound, and if you don't stop him, it's a fucking layup.
He
And
said if
everybody
you don't
else is
stop him,
going out to the
layup.
3-point line, so motherfuckers are coming sagging on him, and he just starting the rotation, throwing the ball to wide open niggas.
I'm glad we talking about that. Since we on the turn, since we talking about young Draymond, should we talk about the situation of the young Warriors? What they might be facing soon.
No, because I'm supposed to be meeting Draymond for dinner after this, and he now finna punch me in my mouth.
You just snapped.
He ain't finna punch me in my mouth. We could try. Hey, we could.
You need to go find Tristan Thompson. That's what you need to do. Why don't you go find Tristan, man?
Man, shout out Draymond, man. Come on, man. Come to the basement, man.
Scared of you. The only reason he got that suck ass shit off is because he ran up on a motherfucker, a young boy who actually, this is his contract year, so we actually fighting for a paycheck. Motherfucker Jordan Poole, first of all, so that's another reason why Jordan Poole is on extra chill mode in front of all of these executives. If you're looking around, I see white folks here, sprinkled over here. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really what a motherfucker really even supposed to be on. That's the only reason he got that sucker punch off. That's some suck ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't really honor that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no points with me. You know what I'm saying? Doing no bullshit like this here. Your teammate, the young boy who also like 6'3", you like 6'7" or some shit, supposed to be the quote unquote enforcer. You enforcing the team, huh? Man, dude is a fucking weirdo. Straight up. Go find Tristan, nigga. Go find that nigga.
Mic drop.
Go find that nigga.
Mike motherfucking dropped up, boy.
Look, you're supposed to be a leader, and the team look to you for a type of leadership. Now, I understand, you know, you could be a wild card sometimes, and you're supposed to be rough with some of your teammates to get them rougher. But you got to chill out with all these weird ass altercations that you feel like you have. Because first of all, you ain't nobody's daddy, right? So I don't know why you need to be thinking you need to be talking with you. I understand you get hit. It's a practice, all right? You trying to tell me a Laker practice in the 70s and the 80s wasn't rough, them niggas wasn't like it wasn't active. Like this is how practice was. You trying to tell me them Bulls practices wasn't rough? You trying to tell me them Celtic practices wasn't rough? You ain't getting physical? You trying to tell me Jimmy Butler wasn't over with the Timberwolves pushing people around, getting them? This is how the game is played if you want that type of intensity first and foremost. But
just go up and steal on niggas.
But you're not. That's disrespectful. You're not supposed to steal on people like that when they're not looking. This is your teammate first and foremost. Now this is gonna be a long season. We got to be in this locker room together, because if you snake me once, you're not gonna snake me twice.
And you fuck around and get stolen off for just thinking about the situation. Like, you know what?
Right.
That shit happen. I'm just going to still on this nigga today. It's Wednesday.
It's going to be a lot of distrust in the locker room, and this is going to reflect heavily on this Warriors team. And I hope people understand. No, because if you missing two of your people, Jordan Poole, and you got to miss out Draymond, like, who going to miss? So now...
I forgot you did say Jordan Poole was a top 5 player.
I'm saying... If Jordan Poole goes to another team right now, that team will definitely excel, because Dog is a good player. I
definitely thought about that already. Yeah.
He is a good player, but at the same way, if Draymond go, he instantly makes a team good itself. Let Draymond go to a contending team. Let Draymond go to the Lakers or something. I'm just saying, AD, Draymond. I'm just saying. But B.I.
Jordan Poole finna make some motherfuckers better. You throw him in Portland.
I think it's the situation.
It's
the situation.
Crazy.
Certain teams could use a Draymond motherfucker right now. Certain teams are a Draymond Green away from being better. If the Lakers have more intensive defense, like Draymond brings that intensity, get out here, they win more games. What it is AD isn't really that aggressive, but Draymond is. So Draymond, I'm telling you,
we should get Jordan Poole in Chicago.
Clippers too.
Clippers will value from somebody like that.
Jordan Poole,
Celtics.
On, man.
Tell me the Celtics wouldn't be a better team without Draymond Green. If the Celtics right now got Draymond Green, does that make them a better team? I believe it does.
I think he fits that culture, but I think they already have a culture established. I think with Draymond, you need someone. I think you need him to come in and help build a culture.
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt. He's not hurt.
But who are you giving up, and whose time are you taking? Because I like the tall, dark-skinned cat. You know what I'm saying?
Williams.
I like Williams. He's a good rim runner and basket defender. The light-skinned boy play power forward.
Williams.
He shoot all the threes. He beat the Bucks last year in that closeout game with all them threes. They was all broke. Celtics was all broke. But yeah, man, he lit them up that game, man. So yeah.
But I feel like either they can be interjectable depending on the situation of the team. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either person could be a Jordan Poole away from going further or advancement in the playoffs.
So y'all saying trade Lonzo Ball for Jordan Poole? That's
what I'm saying, bro.
Look,
Jordan
Lonzo
Ball, man.
Straight up, we'll just take it like that.
Man, take a draft pick too.
I think we're jumping way ahead of ourselves. I personally think it's not a big deal. NBA players, I don't know if y'all follow, I was watching Kwame Brown talk about it, and he was talking about how, like, this stuff happens. We talk about Steve Kerr and Michael Jordan, MJ punches Steve Kerr.
Days. This is a soft era. This ain't nobody want to like this. This is big news now. You see how it's all on ESPN.
Right. And old boy. One of them had to go.
Yep.
One of them had to go. They couldn't do that.
Right. I understand that note on it, but like I say, I think a lot of this stuff is the fact. I don't think we know like the ins and outs. I feel like when you're dealing with players with egos, for one to make it to the NBA, you have to have some sort of an ego. You have to have some sort of an ego to where every time you step on the court, you feel like you're the best player. So I feel like when you're dealing with egos, I feel like this fighting and stuff, I feel like it's something that happens a lot more often. It's a lot more prevalent. It's just that we don't know because you're dealing with alpha dudes who have egos. And so I feel like this is something that I'm more upset the fact that it got out. Because Golden State isn't necessarily an organization that's known for being messy. So I think him getting traded and this and that, I don't see any of that happen. Who's to know with KD being there and him not wanting to go back? Who's to say that KD didn't foul on Draymond, or Draymond didn't try to foul on KD when they were there? With, you know what I'm saying, with the bad blood they had, it just never got out. So I don't feel like it's that big of a deal at all. I think he did apologize. He's taking some time away. My big thing is accountability. We all make mistakes. It's not like he said, hey, I apologize to him and we straight. He apologized in public. I would imagine he apologized personally. So I don't think it's a big deal. They build a great culture. But when I think else to talking about great culture, we're going to talk about, if you guys don't know, man, we're doing our top 50 players leading right up into the NBA season. Today, we're doing 34 through 30, man. And talking about NBA culture, man, building a culture. At 34, I had John Stockton of the Utah Jazz. Love John Stockton, man. Isaiah Thomas talked about how tough of a player he is. I believe he's called an altar boy playing. But John Stockton, if you kids don't know, if you go out there and look, all-time leader in steals and all-time leader in assists. The quintessential point guard. If you want to learn how to run a pick and roll, look at him and Karl Malone. Did it for a decade. Absolutely phenomenal point guard. Doesn't get any more tougher than him. Also phenomenal shooter. A lot of people don't talk about. Phenomenal shooter. And 33, man, I went with the white boy with the attitude, Rick Barry. Rick Barry, man. 24.8 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 12-time All-Star. Was the MVP. Used to shoot, actually offered Shaquille O'Neal help shoot free throws, shooting underhand. Actually was a phenomenal free throw shooter, shooting underhand. Rick Barry, man, just a lot of people say he had attitude, man. It was all business, man. Buckets will absolute give you buckets, man. Averaged almost 25 for his career, man. Rick Barry at 33. 32, man. I went with, man, I had to go with, man. We need Michael to come back. Scottie Pippen, man. Mr. 33 at 32, man. Scottie Pippen, man. 16.1 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 10 times defensive, all defensive team, 6-time NBA champ. His points, if you're just looking at his stats, they don't really, I think, tell you exactly how good Scottie Pippen was. If you want to understand how good he was, look at that Bulls first finals and him picking up Magic Johnson full court. Scottie Pippen one of the first point forwards of the NBA. There's no Grant Hill in my opinion. There's no Scottie Pippen. There's no Grant Hill in my opinion. He kind of reinvented that point forward position, kind of the first of his kind. So I had Scottie Pippen at 32. Him and Michael Jordan probably the second greatest duo, next to Kobe and Shaq, in my opinion. But I don't know, that's debatable. But 31, I had to go with the beard, James Harden. You can say what you want. 24.9 points for his career, 5.6 rebounds, 6.8 assists. Already 10-time All-Star. Looks to be in great shape. This year looks to be hopefully another All-Star, him and Embiid. That could be tough. He has an MVP, 6-man award, 5 50-point triple-doubles. And on top of that, had a 60-point triple-double, 60, 10, and 11. James Harden at 31, the beard, one of the greatest one-on-one players to guard ever in NBA history. And at number 30, come on, man. Round of motherfucking applause, man. My dude, man. Bubba Chuck, man. Allen motherfucking Iverson. Had to put him in my top 30, man. 26.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 4-time scoring champ for a guy that was maybe 119 pounds soaking wet. 3-time steal champ, 11-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, 1-time league MVP, and let's not forget, he rubbed his balls on Ty Lue's face when he stepped over him. Yeah, I mean, that was the only game they won that series, but to get your balls rubbed, it was almost like winning 3 games.
I mean, shit, it's an iconic moment.
It's the iconic moment that actually right there on this t-shirt, young ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man, that's my 34 to 30, man. That's my list, man.
That's nasty.
Shoot, 34, man. Bill Russ.
Ooh,
Yeah, Bill Russell, man.
at 34.
At 34. At 34. Yeah, I got him up there, man, just because, you can say all that one, man. Bill Russell's a legend, I get it. But a lot of the time, we ain't watched that ball. So when you grow up and you watch a certain kind of ball, you might have a different type of list. I didn't grow up watching that ball. I can go back and look at some of the footage, you know what I'm saying, and look at some of the games, but I ain't watched a lot of that ball back then. That's a little too old, but that's before I was born, my guy.
I can understand all of that. I really can.
I give a man the respect. He's a legend of the game, but I give him his respect. This is respect right here. You know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons, one of the best to ever do it. Coming in at 33, Oscar Robertson. I keep him in the same list. One of the best to ever do it. Coming in at 32, I had to keep it real. Tim Duncan. One of my favorite power forwards. I always have a little argument. Who's the better of the power forwards between him and KG? And I have a debate with one of my guys about that, but that's where I put him, man. I put Timmy up there, man. Y'all know how much respect I got for that man.
That's how much respect you got for him.
That's the respect I got for him, man. I got other people coming, man.
You got other people.
I'm just saying, coming at 31 though, Magic.
Okay.
I'm always gonna keep, man. I'm telling you, my list is a squint. Just know that. I'm everywhere.
Okay.
What you say in the show? I'm everywhere and everywhere. I'm here. And at 30, Larry Bird.
This boy outside. He outside.
We out here.
Hey, man.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.
That's gonna be
Go ahead, B.L.
That's gonna be the next one.
I'm going 34 James Harden for all the reasons you already said. Then
Okay.
I'm going Chris Paul
Ooh.
at 33.
Ooh, okay.
32 Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, okay.
31 Karl Malone.
Ooh.
And 30 is Clyde Drexler. I picked this one. Clyde Drexler. These dudes never won nothing. Like, we know them to be great. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
hard. That's hard.
But they never won shit. And that was the basis of my list right here.
I
I
can
had to
respect
lump
that.
these guys together for the guys that we respect, but they ain't get it done. Someone got a chance to, add to their resume, but until then, this is where you out on the list.
I can respect that. Actually, I can even respect what you're saying about not seeing certain players. Because I thought about doing a top 50 list from 80s on, because it is kind of hard to kind of judge. I mean, because even for me, I love Bill Russell, but I can only find 1 or 2 videos where I could watch him actually in color. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of my stuff is just off, just stats, and you know what I'm saying, just doing my diligence, and then also looking at a lot of interviews, of some players that played against him and this and that. So I can understand where you're coming from. So I mean, hey, that's your list. I have those guys a lot higher on my list, and when we get to that point, we'll cross that. But
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, and the reason why I understood that argument so much is not even about, to me, just not being able to see them. It's just knowing for a fact that the game has changed so much. The game has changed so much that some of those older skill sets don't translate to this newer game. That's why Mike would be cold today, because that skill set translates one-on-one ball to be able to kill somebody like that and then go dunk on a center. Well, now it ain't a center standing down in the lane ain't congested. That's why you okay, Mike still would have got them numbers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because like the game
vice
translates.
versa.
Yeah, but like when you get a Bill Russell, the only reason his game translates and he makes the list still is because of what he was. He was a rebounder and defender, which I think with a couple tweaks in his game, with his athletic ability, he'd still be good at this day and age. He was a tenacious rebounder. That's why he make the list. Because there are other guys.
He would be a
back then-
left-handed Ben Wallace, but better.
And back then, like it was a lot of guys whose game that he played with don't translate to today's game.
Mhm.
So that's why, no offense to the guy you always bring up, what do you say? He was dribbling like this though, because like they skill set just doesn't really translate. Of course, everybody can evolve and get better and do all that, but that's a little bit too much hoping and wishing. We taking a basic core skill set and saying, does that translate? And Bill Russell's actually does. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, it ain't just about the range with him. It's about his ability to actually, you know, still be able to play within different eras. He'll be a rim runner now. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he'll be. But like maybe the best rebounder at his size in the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But yeah, man, I think we finna be wrapping up, man. Last segment of the show, man. If y'all haven't joined us, man, you already know what time it is, man. P.I., could you please tell these people, man, what time is it?
You got to trade yourself, man. Trade yourself, man.
Trade your motherfucking self, man. This last segment, man, we do is basically anybody that you feel like, goddamn it, you want to know what? Bitch, you need to trade yourself. You don't have a clue as to what you doing with yourself. You don't have a clue as to what you doing with your life. You done made a mistake and grabbed some flour and put it in the motherfucking Kool-Aid instead of sugar. Bitch, you need to trade yourself. So this our last segment, man. We do it every show, man. Trade yourself. And did y'all want me to go first? Or y'all?
No. You told me pre-show.
No, I told you.
Things get off your
Yeah,
chest.
I did.
I said, let me go first.
Go ahead. I got
your repertoire.
I got go on ahead. I got some stuff I got
I'm
my
gonna go ahead with the trade yourself, man. I'm gonna hard right back on the Draymond Green, man. And the only reason I say trade yourself is not. See, because part of me don't want to see him leave Golden State. I want to see how many rings they can get. I know he a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, though, you know, I feel like they might be getting tired of him in Golden State. So I'm not speaking for just me. I'm speaking for Steve Kerr when I see him have to do interviews about it, and he also be like, oh yeah, and they asked him, like, Draymond said that he was gonna take a couple days off. We were wondering if it was just him or did the Golden State Warriors feel that way too. He was like, it's mutual. It's mutual. Yeah, they might be getting a little tired of that because Steve Kerr, mind you, then took a couple cuss words to the face of this dude too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, it's a few people that's actually probably a little tired of this dude. All I'm saying is, it'll be funny. To go ahead, I just want to see him in the Detroit Pistons jersey. You think he's so dope? He was trying to put himself on the open market a little while ago, trying to get all this money. Go ahead, go to Detroit then. Threatening to go to Detroit. Go ahead. I want to see him in the Piston uniform and see how that work out. See how many rings you get.
I like that. That was valid. That was good. I think this week for me, goddamn it, Russell Wilson, go ahead and trade your goddamn self, man. Your ass done came around and you done fucked around and you want to get some hot water.
Broncos, let's ride.
Man, listen. You let these people talk you into a bad situation, and it ain't gonna get worse. I don't know. I think they're doing this on purpose. I feel like they're doing this on purpose so they can get some draft picks. That's what I feel. Because if this is what's really happening, some shit fucking up. All right? I don't know what's going on, but this is what it seemed like.
I feel like Sierra will pop lock in front of him right now. Russ, it'll feel better, baby.
But Russ, man, this is a bad look for you right now, bro. And I really don't want to see you struggle like this because I really support black quarterbacks, and I really, I really wish well for y'all to, succeed and get a ring and stuff, so we can laugh at a lot of things, So with that being said, man, I support y'all. Do well, man, but
female.
Man, I think you need to trade yourself right now, man, because you in a hot situation, bro. this might not be the look for you, bro. I wish him well, but I don't know if this gonna get better.
Or Jordan Poole come to Chicago. I mean, Draymond, y'all gonna kick him out. Jordan get somebody, man.
Come on, Draymond. Come on, Jordan. Come on home.
I mean, we got somebody. We got ball for you, man. Come on, man. We take your head over some draft picks.
Straight up. No draft pick. Lonzo, straight up, he's a lockdown.
You ain't got to punch Lonzo. You just got to tell him what to do. He gonna do it for you. You ain't got to punch him.
I gotta tell you, boy, keep that ball moving for y'all. Good go. Let's stay with that dude, man. Let's get Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I personally, I don't think Jordan will work with us. I feel like we got enough shooters. We need a legitimate superstar. We need a superstar. Now, if I'm Chicago, who I'm looking at, honestly, is Luka.
You ain't never gonna get him off the.
I would be looking at Luka. I could see if.
Mark Cuban's son.
Yes,
He
but
never gonna let him go.
It doesn't matter. I feel like if Dallas does not get out the first round this year, yes,
To come to Chicago, he would go to some big market or some shit.
Yeah, what's bigger than Chicago outside of the Knicks?
Dallas is on.
Dallas is down. You're right. How? They're strapped with cash.
Shit, they can let AD go. If they don't do well this year, AD might go somewhere else. Shit.
They're not letting AD go. Now, possibly next year, Russ, this is his last year. They could possibly do something like that. We'll bring Luka in.
You think LeBron gonna stay?
Yeah, LeBron stay. LeBron just resigned. LeBron, he's a Laker for the rest of his life.
Damn, I guess.
Yeah, LeBron.
His life.
Yeah, for the rest of his life, LeBron will be with the Lakers. So, but yeah, I mean, and that. But trade yourself, man. I had a few people, man. First was the person who ever let that Golden State video leak, man. You need to trade yourself, man.
Yep.
You need to absolutely trade yourself. That was some fuck shit. However much, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if TMZ paid you in Chick-fil-A coupons or some shit, but for real, like that was some bullshit, man. That should all stay in house, man. Sucker shit, straight up sucker shit. And the second person need to trade themselves is Herschel Walker, running for the motherfucking Senate. This motherfucking boy gonna sit here and say, I don't know who that is. Is that I don't know if that's my signature. Now look, I'm just in the beginning stage of creating content. I'm a big fucking deal, you know what I'm saying? I got groupies. I got over 200, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying? I got groupies. But still, I ain't got my name signed on 9 million footballs, motherfucker. You have your name signed on 997 million sports memorabilia. And you had the nerve to sign your name and get this girl a $700 check and basically say, hey, sorry you had to do that, and talking about say, I don't know if that's my signature. Motherfucker, we can look at the other 900 million signatures and you can sign, and we can look and see that's the same goddamn signature. Herschel? Fuck, who the fuck named they son Herschel anyway? You knew this motherfucker was gonna be dumb. Herschel.
It was an educated move he pulled.
No, there wasn't no educated. And then go to find out the girl who you say you didn't know is your fucking baby mama.
Yeah.
That was the first time she got a divorce, and the second time she like, damn nigga, you finna stop skeeting. Now fuck it, I gave you a chance. Now you finna just pay for my lifestyle. So then this gay son that came out there, I don't have no sympathy for you either, sir. I don't care about you gay. I care about that you a Trump supporter and you a fuck boy and you talking all like this and chill out, cuz. I don't care what you like doing in the bedroom. All that extra shit, that's too much for me. You need to trade yourself next week. I'm telling you in advance, sir. Herschel Walker's son. But yeah, Herschel Walker, man, trade yourself. You know, goddamn well you don't need to be in no Senate. Raphael Warnock, man. Hope you win, man. Herschel Walker, bro. Trade yourself, man, bro. Be a good daddy, bro. You got all that motherfucking bread, bro. Man, start being a man, bro. Take care of your priorities, bro. I understand kids, they could be a pain, they could be a lot, man, but they also a blessing, bro. On some real shit, man, from old heads, man. Take care of your kids, bro. I don't care if you get along with your baby mama or not. Take care of them fucking kids. Trust me, I understand baby mamas can be a fucking lot, bro. Trust me, I know, especially if you got one from Milwaukee. For real, you got one from Milwaukee or somewhere. Don't be from Racine.
Well, you might have a gunshot or a stab wound or something.
You
should have called me right here when I was sleeping.
Oh my God. You just getting in the car stepping on Fago bottles and shit.
Shit bags.
Newport boxes and shit. You just stepping in the car. Damn, what's good, shorty?
Salt and sour chip bags.
Oh, it's grilled cheese night
Right at Quick Trip.
Dirty ass Uggs on.
What the dirty Uggs on? I'm letting y'all know now, on baby. If I see y'all with them dirty Uggs at Quick Trip, I am saying, sir, you, sir, ma'am, it. You not had them motherfuckers on this year. It's time out for that. I'm saving you. Don't put them motherfuckers on, man.
If them shits has past 2 years, they void it.
Now, if them motherfuckers past 2 months, boy. Them motherfuckers past 2 months. If you can't clean that suede off, throw them bitches away.
That come to part 2. Get the spray.
Get the spray.
Pay that extra $30, get the spray in the oil.
Or you could take it to a Breath of Fresh in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Hey.
A Breath of Fresh, man. Y'all check him out, man. La Crosse, Wisconsin, man. Our boy Focus, man. He has a great restore business out here. A Breath of Fresh in La Crosse, Wisconsin, man. You can also buy exclusive sneakers from there, exclusive apparel. He has Supreme, Nike, Dunks, all type of Jordans, man. So A Breath of Fresh, man. Check him out, man. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, he's there on the south side of Jackson Plaza. Also, man, if you don't have it, man, what you doing tonight? It's Saturday night, man. You want to be in the house, man, take you a nice bath, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen to some good music. Download that app, man, the Bump That Radio app, man. Please download the Bump That Radio app. Check out our boy Detroit. He's actually in Minnesota, actually at the game. Yeah, getting ready for the game tomorrow. So, man, check out that app, man. Bump That Radio. Download that app, man. Bring the radio like back how it used to be. And also, if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, man, please, if you're hungry tonight, man, you want something to eat, man, go down to Press Break, man. Downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin, man. They got the cheesy nachos, man. All that good Chicago food, the Italian beefs, the Chicago dogs, all that good stuff, the fresh cut fries, the pizza puffs. Downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin, man, we trying to hustle and motivate, man, just trying to build with, other black-owned businesses around the town. So, man, check them out, man, if you're in the area, man. They got, like I said, great food, great Chicago food, man. Press Break, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Man, episode 21, man, I think it's in the books, man. Great day to be alive, man. We're just gonna keep bringing y'all more content, man. We're gonna keep bringing, we're trying to look a little bit more professional for y'all, man. But right now, man, like I say, hey, we're gonna be doing this whether we're in front of a camera or not. Why not do it in front of a camera, man? Educate y'all, man. Bring y'all some good content, man. Man, please go subscribe. Go check us out on YouTube, man. We're under Chendo, Ceehendo. Please go subscribe, man. Why watch ESPN where you can watch us? Check us out on Old Heads on Facebook Live. That's where we're at right now. We're also on Twitch, man. We're also on Instagram. Old school versus new school, man. We got new content every day on Facebook. Today is actually Slugfest Saturday, so y'all let us know out there who y'all feel like are some of the great power hitters out there in baseball. I'm a big baseball guy. Today I actually was who was a better hitter, Victor Ortiz or Frank Thomas.
So from Chicago. So.
Oh, I understand the big hurt, but you got man. But hey, Victor Ortiz, one of the greatest clutch hitters of all time. Big Poppy, don't call him Big Poppy for no, you know what I'm saying, no reason. Paul,
That's valid.
you know what I'm saying, but
doesn't matter what the truth is. Doesn't matter what I think. All that matters is what I'm supposed to say. Because
Damn, the higher up told him that one. The higher up told him. He said he let him know.
talk to the people.
Bro,
What does that mean?
bro,
Chicago, everything is what that means.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't give a
Bernie,
fuck.
what you
We
say about
talking
that?
the Cubs back
What
there.
did Birdie say? What did he
Goddamn.
say?
Shot time. Dollar bill.
I'm pretty sure that was. Where the hell did that come from? I think
the higher up, Joe.
That was in
That
one
was
that
higher
came.
up. What?
Listen, man. Everything Chicago.
Everything Chicago, man. You already know,
You tell
man.
me Hakeem Olajuwon or Scottie Pippen in 1994 when Michael Jordan went to baseball. I'm gonna say Scottie Pippen.
Oh,
That's just how it's gonna be with
I ain't mad at
conversations with me.
that. I'm not even mad at you.
That's how there was like 1 or 2, so I'm gonna pick 2. I'm gonna pick Scottie.
I mean, shit, who got more rings?
No,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We ain't here but I feel that. I feel that.
I'm gonna take a king, but I'll also take a king over Kobe.
That's weird.
Oh man,
That's almost too
we need
weird
to
to
bring the
speak
brother
on.
back who took
So we
Kobe
need
over
an
Mike.
hour because
He here.
I know. I talked to him.
Yeah. Episode 20, man. Episode 21, man. Brian, come on, man. Come on
Bring
the
him
show,
back,
man.
man. I love
come
Brian,
on back, man. You come on back, man. You're absolutely wrong when you say that Kobe is better than MJ, and you're definitely wrong when you say Kobe's better than LeBron
That's
because
fine, though.
LeBron been past
I
Kobe
love it.
years
I love
ago.
it. Yeah.
Years ago, I would say probably about 3-4 years ago, LeBron passed Kobe. But Kobe's definitely in the top 11 all time. I got him right at 11, right behind Hakeem.
no, I remember
The
the number. That's the funny part about it. Right at 11, right?
And
Every
he's
week.
right at 11.
11.
But we
Just
never
outside.
know. The little light-skinned guy might put him at 12 when it's all said and
You're kidding
done.
yourself.
Oh Lord,
You're kidding yourself.
No,
You're
I'm not.
kidding yourself.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely not.
And I'm just, if Draymond can stop punching people for a week,
And you know,
then Steph might be having 5 or 6 of those nights.
not in 1-on-1, not in 5-on-5.
Listen, all right.
How? This nigga's pulling up from his Maserati.
Listen,
Kobe Bryant was all defensive team 9 times. Don't make it sound like Stephen Curry just gonna be shooting wide open shots against Kobe Bryant or something. Like, there's no way in the world
On the end
Steph
note,
Curry is a better basketball player than Kobe
I
Bryant.
don't think this is going to be a fixable thing throughout this year.
Steph.
It's not.
I think,
It's not.
I think they try to make it work. I think they're gonna try their damnedest to try to make this shit between Jordan Poole.
It's
And,
not.
but I don't, bruh.
It's
Listen,
not gonna work.
I don't. This ain't. Listen, shit like this you could get away with back, or maybe like the early 2000s,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
like the 90s
That's
and stuff
as
like
late-
that.
that's as late as it
This
goes
is
to
not how they play.
It's not.
Some of these cats, like you said, these alphas, they be getting prima donna modes, and sometimes they be having them egos, bro. You hit me like, bro, in the back of my head. I get mad about that. You crack me when I ain't looking for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That ain't gonna go
I'm
well.
just saying, everybody different is what I'm saying. All I'm saying, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit like that can't be mendable. Now, I feel like they tried. But I feel like they have another push around like this and another practice like this, and I think it's going to be the end, and I think that's going to what cost in the end.
Yeah.
I just like, because I know this type of tension. I know some people are able to get over shit like this, but we talking about, so, you know, dude's trying to up and coming. You know what I'm saying? He trying to
Yeah.
prove something. Like you said, it's a contract here. I got
I'm
to
trying
prove
to
something.
say.
You seen what I did last year? I'm gonna do better.
You know what I'm saying?
Big Kobe come tripping like, bro. Wait.
I
But
love
see,
water.
but like I said though, you made a great point. Draymond has had a long history of tripping. From kicking niggas in the dick,
Dog,
Let's not
kicking
forget
niggas
about
in the
that.
dick. Kicking niggas in the dick.
arguing with KD, arguing with Curry, taking them bullheaded shots where he passed over. He looked off Curry, he looked off Clay, and then he just pulled up and then airballed it.
Cussing
Like,
out referees.
cussing out Curry.
Right. It's
Cussing out Curry.
Kerr.
Your head coach.
Lord knows what other
It-
coaches
it's-
he done cussed out that they didn't
Right.
tell us about.
Or what's happened in
Players.
practices that hasn't got out, that has been covered up. So I think this is something the Warriors really got to look into though. I don't feel like this is gonna be an issue.
And mainly because Draymond Green want money. He didn't get paid yet, did he? Remember he was trying to threaten, oh, I can go somewhere else if they don't pay me. I wonder how you feel about that shit now while he's sitting at the crib wondering, I hope they take me back. Face ass boy.
I think it'll be fine. I think it worst come to worst. You can always
Be
go
out
to
the
the
car, though.
worst come to worst. You can always go to the Kings to
You know,
get
send that
paid.
nigga to the Rockets.
Let me
for 2 draft picks.
let me
Hey, the Rockets would not be a bad pickup for Draymond.
Shit for him because they all young.
Jabari Smith look like he is going to be.
Because they all young. You can bully them. You can talk to them like you want to.
Pablo Colorado looks like they're going to be a problem. Them number 1, 2 picks, man, Jabari and Paulo,
they started to look good.
they look like they are going to be a problem. Also, that kid Murray with the Kings, out the Sacramento Kings, is going to be a problem, man. They said basketball in good hands, man. Like I said, we got a lot of young players. We got Tatum, Jaylen Brown, man. Ja, if he can stay healthy, man. Basketball, as I get older, man, say
Edwards.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to say we need some better coaches. They deserve a better coach in Minnesota.
Yeah, they need a better one. I would love to see.
Last
They
year
about to get the Celtics coach.
He did prolific.
Ime,
bullshit.
come to Chicago.
They
There's
about to
plenty
get
of
the Celtics
hoes in
coach.
Chicago, Ime.
Yeah, come to Chicago, Ime. I got a co-sign.
He said, Billy Diamond, y'all gotta go.
Ime, come to Chicago. It's big booty hoes and mild sauce.
They-
It doesn't get any better.
And they ain't gonna tell on you. They
not gonna tell on
they
you.
like staff.
On phone them.
They don't mind the staff.
On phone them. They not gonna tell on you.
Right on. Ain't no help under
Episode
that.
21, man. We in the book,
Ain't
man.
no help
On
under
phone
that
now. We
ponytail.
out of here.
Hey, go ahead up under that ponytail holder. I don't care.